record. Yeah, so anyways, we looked at this a couple weeks ago in this group. We looked at this with my stable of guys earlier in this week, and I really think this spot is super tough. And basically, it's in position against the big blind on wet boards, and I think so. My pronouns are dog shit rag. I love that. That is that's the best answer I've ever seen. Awesome. So yeah, I really want to look at this spot because it's tough, and tough spots are good to look at, right? Let me check. Unless you guys have something specific you want to work on that is better than this, I'll leave it open to you guys. Any issues with imposition against big blind in fucked
Hey
up
brother,
spots?
I'm new to this. Is this the cash game or the tourney today
This
on
one,
Thursday?
shit, it's Thursday. It's tourney today.
Tourney day, got it.
Are you tourney or are you a cash game player?
I'm cash game, but I got to get some tourney knowledge in there, man. I can't
Okay.
can't deny it.
Yeah, the cash game one's on Tuesdays and 6 to 7. I know he had to not inadvertently, but postpone this week's. Oh fuck, I missed a call.
There's also a cash game group tomorrow at 1 p.m. Chicago time, so 2 p.m. New York time.
Oh, so there you go. There's another one. I gotta put that one in the events section. I don't know what to call it, and it doesn't have a thumbnail. Like, it's complicated for me to come up with that shit. Do you have a name you want for that group? Is that Larry? I think it's Larry.
Shit regs on Zoom. I got a laugh out of the that's good.
I'll come up with something a little better. And then it is let me write this down. It is tomorrow, so it's Fridays. At what time?
2:15 New York time.
2:15 New York time. 15 Eastern. All right, cool. I'll add those to the calendar. And then for any of you guys that don't know, real quick, I'll just bring it over here. If you have a question about events and whatnot, you just come up here at the top of the rooms list, the event section, and you'll see all of them are in here. I update them every month. They get a little thin toward the end of the month, but usually by the first week of the month, I go in and I add them all. It's got all the free ones, plus I'll add in any of the webinars that I can find. Like, I don't even see any webinars in here. There must be slim on webinars when I did it. So here you go. This is all the free stuff available to you. Right here, Cash Game of Crazy Sixes. And I'll add this other one to it as well. All of them are recorded and put in the study groups room if you can't make it live either. And then always go in there and check out the video, timestamp it, ask any questions you might have, and one of us will get to it. Probably not me because I'm exclusively tournaments, but somebody will get to it. Dilly, Sixes, somebody you trust more than me for a cash game. So, all right, cool. Let's kick the sucker off. All right. So I guess we'll do. Oh, sure. Good. Cool. We'll just pick someone and do a 5-pack. And since Beats is back on the streets, can you talk, Beats, or are you working?
No, I can talk. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
What do you think?
We're starting at 14. So we don't have any 2 pairs really. I guess just go third.
Why don't we have any 2 pairs?
Because we jam all of our king queen pretty much pre-flop. We jam our queen 10 suited.
Maybe we do. On 14, I'd be inclined to, just thinking what I would do. I don't know.
I mean, we have some like just 10 off, queen 10 off. But yeah, most of what would be our 2 pairs are.
Juju was just choked on me too, so that quiz doesn't matter. But I want to say, because like on 14 bigs, I would naturally kind of min raise things like king queen.
There's a lot of stuff that we just open jam though.
Sure.
Like 4s through
14's
8s.
like that for sure.
Yeah, our suited Broadway, we're jamming most of it, like suited 10s, suited checks. king queen off, king queen suited, ace 10 through ace king off. So, um, I mean, so that eliminates a lot of our two pairs.
Crashing.
And then, but also they
Now look.
go to low jack. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I mean, it's jamming the suited stuff. I mean, this stuff makes sense,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So we
This
don't
stuff
have
makes
too
sense,
many.
but we have all this stuff in here. Eh, eh. I would actually probably mistakenly, I guess, be min raising this stuff too.
Yeah,
I would be lying if I said this wasn't in here sometimes.
it shouldn't be, but
Cool. We don't get that quiz though, because GTO wizard choked.
yeah, GTO wizard choked on us. So, all right. So, same spot, 10, 9, 8. Yeah. Probably still.
Up on 10
Actually,
bigs.
oh, this is on starting on 12 bigs. So,
Yeah, I might take out some of these smaller stacks.
yeah, this might check back, but or go 20%.
Yeah, she's 14.
Yeah, I mean that's
So,
so
that.
short.
Here, this is weird. Yeah, I mean, I would tend to check this as well, and probably bet it if we had more chips. On this stack, I'm just trying to have some sort of equity before I start betting.
Yeah,
Right?
so I
Especially
probably
the board
check
this
this.
wet.
Probably check this back a lot because it is such a wet board. They're in the big blind, so they're gonna have all the two pairs.
Anybody out there see betting this board? Anybody out there crazy?
I mean, I wouldn't mind putting 20% in, depending on the big blind. If they're really good, okay, fine, we'll check.
And that was good. Of course,
I mean-
he's putting money in. Of course, he's not scared.
The other part is of the hands.
I find
that
it so
we're playing-
strange. Like the most aggressive players I deal with, I've talked about this again recently, but the most aggressive players I deal with are all Canadian. I don't know what's up there in the Canadian water, but every one of them is wildly aggressive.
Well, I'm getting some of that Canadian water now. Oh. The hard part on this, off of starting off of 12 bigs though,
Yep.
is in the low jack. There's not a lot that we
We're not in the low jack.
open. Oh, all right, we're in the bottom. My bad. What am I thinking?
We're in a low jack of a hand that choked.
Yeah, so off of 12, I mean, of the hands we're playing, we're just open jamming probably 90% of them. So, I mean, what are we like opening? I mean, is there
There's stuff in there.
there's stuff in
Lots of
there.
stuff that connects to this board. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably check here. If you're gonna bet, it's gonna be
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see what the solver does. Come on, GTO wizard.
You
I
break it
literally
again?
I have nothing running. Like I don't have any videos converting. I have nothing running.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's a lot. This is a weird, awkward spot though.
Yeah.
Is that because we're really low in our range? So we may as well just get some equity, or
GTO's wizard put in node.
Guess
GTO wizard puts in node blocking, and then everything starts to choke. It was choking on us on Tuesday too.
guess it's just because of like what we're
Yeah, I think it's just because we have a massive range advantage on this board in general, and everything that we do
Yeah.
open kind of hits that board, right? Like all this stuff hits it with some straight or pair combo, some straight or pair of some nature, and then that's on my bluff or value.
So if you change this to with limps, how much of that is going to change to limps versus opens
Oh, now you're getting crazy.
down at the bottom?
We might have to switch to something on fucking PFA because this shit is unreasonable.
Wow, this is like
I don't know why.
Just click the
I mean,
X.
it's definitely
Oh.
fucking GTO wizard.
Well, I saw it in the back. You just have to X out that screen.
Look how fast PFA is going. It's definitely GTO wizard. And I
Yeah,
spent
but go back to
crazy
the
money on Wicked Internet.
the second one.
Yeah, that was just the sim.
That one. Yeah, it is just bugging out on us. Huh.
I think it's more Americans being passive and everyone else is aggro. I mean, there's definitely some truth to that, Ashes. Let's give this one more try and then we'll just have to switch over to something different because this shit ain't working. I mean, look, I can't even get to GTO wizard drills. Get the most out of the trainer. How about just work when I click? Let's start there.
Mine's working. Very strange.
It's not lagging at all.
No.
It's that cheap ass Vegas internet.
I mean, this cheap ass Vegas internet is expensive as fuck. I get the upgraded super crazy internet. Hang on, let me see if I
Don't
can
have
get it.
fiber there where you're at, do they?
No,
Oh,
that would be nice though.
they have fiber that goes to about 2 blocks from where I'm at. I'm like, 2 blocks more. That's all I need.
When I was in LA, I had I'm trying a different browser. Hang on. I had fiber. It was awesome. I had Verizon Fios.
Yeah, I had that up in Seattle. And yeah.
It's the browser. Yes. Get away. Yes. Oh, it might just be the browser.
See, it's a stupid Firefox.
What the hell, Firefox?
I've seen. Wait, were you using Firefox?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
yeah. Let's take out some of these super small stacks too, because it's weird. I guess we're going to 12. All right, this seems to be working now. Sorry, guys. It's a shit show. I mean, if you guys have watched my stream over the years, you know, this is how they all start. This ain't new. It's not my fault this time. No mute fails or anything like that.
D- streamer.
Shit. Am I even a streamer anymore? I don't even know.
Speaking of all
no.
that, are we recording? Or...
We are recording. Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
recording.
Thank you. We are recording. All right. So, God, I wish I could see that sim. Maybe I can. Hang on. I think I can. Nope. Denied. All right, cool.
Check. Out of position.
A G streamer. Yeah. You just checking? Is that what oh, we're in the BB this time. Sorry.
Yeah, we're in the BB this time.
Finally get it working and
Oh.
it gives us a bullshit sim.
That one was easy.
That's right. Marlon holds the show together, right?
Oh,
All right, Beats. Interesting spot.
8 million blinds deep.
One extreme or the other. You either have no chips or all the chips.
No chips or all the chips, yeah. So I guess just third.
Bet small. Massive Agent says Larry. So does that mean you are betting small? I'm assuming. Aaron thinking betting big. Ash is thinking betting big. Larry going 66. Everybody going 66, except for Beats.
I'm in there.
This is a weird spot. One, I think we do kind of. I mean, I have conflicting 50 said just making up his own size, not even going with the trainer. Two conflicting situations here. One is that we're range betting on this board almost certainly against the big blind, so that makes it a small bet. And then the conflicting little tidbit is that we are deep as fuck.
Right.
So that would lead closer to what Zed said, like 50. And I would instinctively go small because it's a range bet, but betting big thinks okay. We're going small though, because Beats is the man of the moment. Yeah, mostly betting small. It's a range bet.
That much check back?
25%'s a lot.
It is.
Try node locking. Cool stuff. I mean, we're not but quite betting range, but pretty close to range.
Pretty close.
Not a lot of big betting in any scenario.
But still checking
Set of eights, a
27%
little bit.
of it.
Wow. I mean, a lot of this stuff just mixing. I mean, some of this stuff makes sense
Yeah,
too, like
yeah,
this stuff
yeah.
down here. This stuff down here. This
Third
stuff down here.
pair
I would
makes
probably be
sense.
betting this too much. Yep.
I mean, it makes sense, but yeah, because we're gonna have enough top and second and middle pair.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh, we are not
gosh.
donk leading this board.
No, we are
Gotcha.
not. Call. Yeah, I guess I mean, yeah. I'm like call or go 11.85.
You got some
I
raise in
think-
you here.
Yeah, but I think mainly just call.
Lots of calling, lots of calling, lots of calling out there. Yeah, and there's that couple of caveats here that are always going to hold true, right? Like on flush completer boards and straight completer boards, we do a little less of fucking around, and then also when they bet big, the bigger they bet, the less we have raises. So because they bet
Yeah,
it's a good spot.
and that's kind of way if I was gonna
It's
raise,
got-
it's
gotta
closer
be
to
a call.
the, yeah, it's a bigger call. But-
I mean, we hit that question mark.
and check.
Yes, check. Easy check. Check, check.
Oh. Gosh.
Half pop percent. I'm gonna walk away for 2 seconds, but I can hear you, Beats.
Yeah, I know. We've got third nuts.
What is he betting big with on this flop?
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm trying to think, and I'm thinking
It's gotta be a sliver of something, like, I don't.
yeah, it's a sliver of something, but I don't think it's gonna have the king of spades or
Like pocket jacks?
yeah, possibly.
I was thinking
That's
two
why-
pairs and sets.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of leaning towards like not just a. I don't want to. Gosh, because do I want to check to get him to bet, or I don't really want to donk on this board. If I bet, it's probably going to be a bigger, like a 74%.
It went check on the turn. Technically, you're probing.
Yeah, well, yeah. So I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I think 74.
Against a real
Okay.
human, you might be able to do 150 and have them
Yeah.
call you with that set saying "screw you."
Yeah, I know, and that's kind of where I'm torn. I'm like,
Man, I don't think we.
because
I mean, there's always-
Oh, go ahead.
I agree, Ashes, and there's always these like a lot of these rules will keep you out of trouble, and generally are solver approved, and most of the there's no more overbets come out completely. So I would say overbets out. There's no way, and then you like now you're turning the 9 of spades into a bluff because like sets might call, but you got to be crazy. Okay. Pretty rough.
It did go check on the turn though.
Okay. Which means they're capped, right? I mean, I think bet 21 is probably what I would do in game. I don't think we size up, kind of have somewhere in the middle as far as our flushes go. I don't hate checking. It kind of sucks to check call a big bet, but same time, like they capped on the turn, so it's not quite as scary. I would naturally bet 20. You said 74 though, Beats. Let's check it out.
Yeah.
No, check call.
Pure check.
Check call's cool. I can get down with check call. Except if you beat, you get max value.
Through the
Most
solver.
check here. Yeah, checking seems okay. I mean, we're kind of in the middle here. When we bet, it's a little tough. Well, when you bet 20%, it's easy to get called by a hand like this. When you bet the 75%, this hand, I mean, I would fold to this personally. Bet small to induce a bluff. The problem is if you bet small and get raised,
You folded.
that's kind of fucked.
Yeah.
And I would
that
bet small.
sucks.
I would bet small with the king of spades too. Try to target, a hand like this, basically. So you got to be a little careful. And usually if you block or bet, like you don't block or bet and then call when raised. Usually. The question is fucking goddamn browser. The question is what is big betting on the flop? Nothing. Jacks. Someone said set of jacks golden to get the gold star. That's it. Like set of jacks and ace king. That's literally about it.
And the fours. So yeah.
I mean,
Sliver of other pairs.
come on.
What do we
20%.
can we see if we check and he bets what he's supposed to bet there on the river? So we check.
Check. I mean, it doesn't have a ton of bluffs. This is flushed up, right? Yeah.
And what's his most common size? 74%.
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically betting flushes. That's it.
We don't have we have a decent
There's
flush
almost
line.
no bluffs too. All right, Beats, one more. Oh, we got to go to 5. I got jacked up with it.
All right. 20%.
Standard range bet. A little bit bigger of a standard range bet for Ashes. What do you think, Mike?
Oh, I like 33.
Right on. Jackson, what do you do? Jackson lurking.
Hello.
There he is.
All right. Yeah, I would see bet this. We're at 20. I would see bet this rather large because it's very close to the queen 10 rule that I have. Queen 10 double suited boards, not double suited, two-tone. So with this, I would go a little bit larger. We do have the hearts, which is really good. Not as good as having a spade blocker, I think, but I would go probably 55% on this.
What do you mean by queen 10 boards?
Oh, those are like I think some of the wetter boards that interact with like queen. What was it? Queen through 9 or king through 9 or something like
So
that.
you're saying like the 7-8-9 boards, Jack 9-8, Jack 7-9.
Correct.
Things that interact with 10 and a queen. Gotcha. All right, I speak
So,
Jackson.
because those interact and it's being two-tone against us, I would lean 55.
What would I do? I would I could definitely see the argument for range bet here, which would make it small. However, this board is wet as fuck, like Jackson said. Which makes me, I mean, I would instinctively go big. I would instinctively go 55 myself, I think. And then
In game, I probably go 2.8, 2.9.
Same thing. 83, said going even bigger. Mix 20 and check. I don't think we ever check ace jack on this board. Because ace jack can get called by worse jacks plus all the draws. So I don't think ace jack, particularly checks. There will be some jacks in that check for sure, but I don't think this one. Most of you guys range bet it though. Let's range bet it. Range bets. Yeah, I mean, no.
I think we're
check.
too. I think we're too shallow to start going 55.
Yeah.
Why? Why too shallow? 55 and get that bitch in.
Because it's not on these boards like 33. So like on wet boards where you have the range advantage, I think 33 is the big bet. I remember I kind of said that
Right.
on Tuesday.
Disagree.
The
I
pot's
disagree that we're
12 on
too
the turn.
shallow. But I do think that it's because it's a Jack 9-8, because the Queen 10 already is locked up equity.
Right.
Like Jack 9-6, I wouldn't be surprised if it's this 55 in there. If you choose to 8 to a 6.
Yeah, because
yeah.
usually one of those rules is like when a straight completes, the bet sizes come down.
Yeah, there you go. Look
Yeah.
at 55. Yeah.
Yeah.
When the straight complete and the flush completes, bet sizes come down. Little rule that almost always applies. Can't be scared like me and Jackson. Fuck. See what you did, Jackson? Now what? Now what beats? Oh no, we actually sized down a game. I can't blame Jackson. He gets passed.
Yeah, and I'm an even smaller, so GG.
Yeah, Mike jamming.
Yeah.
Rather go 83 than 55? Sure. I mean, I could see that argument. We shouldn't do either in this case, but I can see the argument. Let's punt, says Seth Habs. Everybody GG. Anybody not all in? Crickets. That's
Ooh,
pretty good.
interesting.
This bet is
Yeah, I
good.
mean it's same thing.
Wrecked? For sure wrecked. For sure. Oh, you
No,
got
we went.
No, get there.
no equity. All right, last hand beats.
Check.
Oh, we're in the big blind. Damn it.
We're in the big blind.
I should turn that off.
Call.
Isn't a check raise spot?
That's
I've been looking
it's
for those.
UTG 1.
Do you really
So
need more
they're-
check raises, Aaron?
Yeah, it's actually
I
lower
mean-
than you think.
If they were later, then I would be more inclined to check raise. But because being as it's UTG 1, I think we're gonna have.
I don't think we ever
mainly
check raise
calls.
this hand on this board. The check raises are going to come from things with a 3 in it. I mean, yes, a
Yeah.
little bit, but you need to have like usually a spade or you need more equity than a bare gutter. Usually.
Usually,
So I
And you
think,
probably
and
use-
the fact that we're up against an early position makes this even a little more scary. But
yeah.
yeah, I don't think we have very many check raises here. I actually think this might fold without a spade.
Yeah, with no spade against that range.
Yeah. 5, 6, 7.
Oh, does
Yeah, see the check
have
raises
with the
come
spade.
with a spade. You have to have a spade.
Yeah, well, there's some that without a spade too, with the heart,
A little bit.
and then
Art
the
done.
complete unblocking diamond club.
And
Humans
like I
are
was saying,
suspicious.
things with a 3 in it, like is the
Yeah.
common. You need to be closer to the straight, more ways to win. Into the
Yes.
5.
That's it. We can't fold this though. This, I mean,
Yeah, you know what? I'm a little bit jaded because we were looking at a spot. I don't remember the exact spot the other day where it started to fold stuff like this, but I think it was because he sized up on a board like this. Like if
yeah,
he sized
him
up, we
going,
prob-
yeah, if he
sized up, we
sizes
fold.
up,
Yeah, so when we size up,
it's gonna start folding out, but because he
No,
That's-
I also
that's
think it
good.
was I think the one we were looking at last time was 100 deep. That's why.
yeah,
Sure.
I think it was super
we're
deep.
still,
So like,
we're still pretty deep though. Oh fuck.
yeah.
Misclick and win the hand.
Check.
Destroying my poker career. Sure, I checked it aggressive. Oh no,
oh, we
this
got a
leads.
donk. How do you not donk this?
This leads.
I guess
He has no
so.
fives.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Really does.
Yeah.
I fucking snap clicked it because I suck. Yeah.
Should I
Donk
do that
leads
in the
great
game
here.
all the time?
Talk leads
It's
great
like-
here.
It's like the holidays when you get to donk, man.
Yeah, this is just like the other spot we looked at on Tuesday too, right? Where the in the 3-bet pot where the guy had no sevens. I think you and I, Mike, were the two that wanted the donk lead, and I just was going too fast here.
Forever
Beach check though.
since
This is a great donk.
And look, you can do 50% too.
Yeah, because he's just gonna check back so much. All right, Beats. Now that you checked, what do you do?
He has no flushes, so I know that.
60% for set apps.
35%.
Oh, we'll look at that though.
I'm so
I would imagine a hand.
rusty.
Yeah. I was gonna make that comment actually. How confident and accurate you were when you realized, gee, I mean, Beach just relocated to a different state and hasn't been playing very much because he's moving his
4
family
months.
across the country. So whereas he was like super confident and super accurate, and now not inaccurate as much, but less confident for sure. You can hear it.
Oh yeah, no.
Goes to show you,
I can
it's kind
tell
of like
that.
it's kind of like doing sports, right? Like it takes you 6 months to get in shape, it takes you 6 days to get out of shape.
Yeah,
So
and
you really
I
gotta
basically
keep at it.
Yeah, I basically been 4 months with no playing or study. So
That's crazy. I've never done 4 months in my 25 year
Yeah.
career. I did 2 weeks where I played one session in 2 weeks. This week was actually the first week back. I got sick and I did a bunch of traveling. So that 2 week, I haven't done 2 weeks in years. I've done a week here and there. Years since I've done 2 weeks. I don't even know how long. Yeah. So what other hands here? We're gonna look, but
Hold on. Nope.
if I had to guess,
I
it's
got a
gonna be
thought on this hand.
what was that? Pep, are you talking to me? Are you talking to yourself?
Well, on the river here.
Yeah.
I think Molten put it in chat too. I think we got to go big here because we have all the nuts in range, and they have some nut hands as well, but I think we got more now.
Okay.
We don't have the nuts, however, so I don't think we get to go super big. I would go pot. It's not a choice, so I'm 84 149.
Yeah, and also like I said before, when straights connect and flushes connect, generally overbets come out. So your
Well,
big bet would be like 80.
I disagree on check notes. but
Yeah,
we'll see.
one thought on that, Toe. Like I've been working with toy games,
Mhm.
and it really depends on the ranges. And like if you can
Sure.
if you have all the nuts basically, and they don't, there's
Mm-hmm.
almost no limit to how big you can bet.
Sure.
Now they do have some nut. They could possibly still
They have
have
flushes here.
obviously. So we
Mhm.
can't go bat shit crazy, but I still think this board's really, really just good for our range, and we got to size up.
No overbets, guys.
No,
Straights and
well, a
flushes
tiny
connect.
bit, but yeah.
Yeah,
I said
flushes.
100. I wouldn't have gone that big. I think a pot would be reasonable.
I mean, even 80
Okay,
is
okay.
pretty slim.
But with 6-5, it's the most common size.
That's right. Right.
But like our head does choose a large size, obviously.
Yeah, mainly goes to 84. Yeah.
Our hand 5-6. It's got a little bit in there, 25% of the time, 25 to 30% of the time. So not an insignificant amount, but 60, 70% of the time, it's just going the 80. It's in there a little bit. Flushes in there a little bit. Cool. Beats, I don't know where you landed.
I mean, I had said 35, but obviously that's wrong.
We're gonna let you touch the iron. So you learn. So you can fuck up
Yeah.
those so you can not get max value and fuck up those learn your lesson and fuck up those guys on the Michigan site.
Michigan Poker Stars is probably softer than Global.
I've played on PA. I haven't played on Michigan.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've been playing on Nevada since its
You
inception.
got a sneaky handle in PA when you come visit?
No, I mean I'm God's Big Toe on there. So no,
okay.
I'm not hiding. But I don't travel there very much, but I do manage a location in in Collegeville. If you're familiar with where that is, about 45 minutes out of
Yeah,
Philly.
it's not far from me.
Yeah. So when I work in Collegeville, I play on PA, but it's been a while.
Or still, you notice as soon as Huckleberry.
I
gets
should
to
be out there
Michigan,
between now and February. I should be out there though. Cap, I'll hit you up.
They got the North American Poker Tour starting up now. It's a new series.
Yeah,
Poker
it's
Stars is
happening
building
here.
the brand, man. They're getting back into the live more.
Yeah, they're NAPT's coming here. It's gonna be at Resorts World. Actually, next
so
month.
so are they going to give the ticket to the person that won it the last time they had NAPT and then canceled it?
Is that what they
Good
did?
question.
Yeah, there was actually quite a few people that had won tickets to NAPT.
And they canceled the tour.
Yeah, because it was back at like
12 years.
Yeah, like
I
they
mean,
had like
PokerStars had to have paid them the price of the ticket. Like they're so good
Oh
about
yeah,
that shit.
yeah. They used to have that like game where they would have like the one amateur player with all the pros, and whoever
Yeah.
had the most winnings got an NAPT pass. But
Right.
the last season they did that, the person got the NAPT pass, and then they canceled it.
That
before.
kind of happened to me. I
Yeah.
won my way onto what was called the $1 Million Challenge. I made the audition tape thing was already made. I actually have the video and all that kind of stuff. And I had free rolled my way. It was back when I was a free roll player back in the day. And I free rolled my way onto the $1 Million Challenge. And it was heads up against Negreanu best of 3. And if you beat him best of 3, you got $1 million.
Wow.
Dale says move to bed. I can't log back on. I'm not sure why you can't log on to ACR. You should be able to play that from here. I mean, the best site. Well, you can't play Ignition anymore, so that's out. But like, I mean, Global is the softest site. That's basically. I mean, I would actually say Global, WSOP, and then Bet Online.
Yeah, his mic is cutting out. Molten.
My mic's cutting out.
Yeah, periodically it's cutting out, but only whenever you got something important to say.
I don't usually have important.
Like just there, it cut out.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as
I
you
thought
started to
so.
say important, it cut out. And yeah. And there was one where you were explaining a hand and
It cut
a couple
out?
of times. Yeah, when you were explaining about like downsizing bets for completed, boards that complete.
Don't fuck with me. I'm prepared. Let's try this. See if this new mic works. This might jack us up. So give me 1 sec.
If you guys come across any material for like toy game river decisions, it's a really good thought process to figuring out to try to figure out your bet sizes. I suggested it a while back, but no one in poker coaching really responded. So I guess no one wants to do it, but I thought it'd be a good course to add. Well, we can see you better now. Still can't hear you.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Might be fucked.
Can you hear me? Can't hear me at all?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Alright, I think I'm using the fucking mic on my camera now because shit got crazy. Sorry, I tried. I got this new mic, but I can't, apparently it's not, maybe it's muted, I don't know. Let's see.
No, we hear you good.
Well, this is, I'm on a different mic now. I'm not even on the new
Oh.
mic. I'm on,
Gotcha.
on something different.
That's why it's so
Lots of
good.
technology. I'll deal with that after the fact. I thought it was gonna be an easy and quick,
Does sound like you're a little bit in the can, but it's still, we can still
yeah,
hear
it's because I'm in the echoey office. Downgrade, Jesus Christ, we just might as well just kick me out of the crew there, Ashes. All right, cool. Thanks, Beats. Let's do another 5-pack for somebody else. That took way too
Yeah.
long. Who we got? Aaron, you want to step up, goat?
Yeah. I'll go 5.05 on this one, I think.
5.05, 83%.
Yeah.
55. for
Infrequent
Ash.
and big.
What else? Who else out there? Beats, what do you think?
Yeah, I think this board, I think it's more of an infrequent betting board, so. Yeah, I wanna go bigger, but it's completed as well, so probably 55.
5. Seth, what are you doing? Seth going 55. Mike, what are you doing?
Uh. 55%.
55. So what are you doing? I too would be 83 just seems kind of big.
I
Probably
like
is.
I like 55. I think 55. I think GO's fine here. The GO size. I think 55 is probably GO.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree, and we got to size up here. 83 just feels really big.
Yeah, no, it's completed. It's probably a bad idea. Over aggressive.
Look at this. Look how much checking. Wow. Fearless against the big line. What the fuck? Probably just because we're checking so much of our range, but it is going to be big and frequent in general, right? It's got to be. Woo! Look at all that goddamn checking.
Over half the time we're checking, yeah.
Look at all that fucking checking. We just don't hit this board. Big blind hits all of this board. Wow. Pretty eye-opening. I had a feeling aces were going to check. You see this a lot in boards like this.
And to JL, I mean, if you notice this, just like cash, this top set.
JL, you're actually right. We can't call you JL. We got to call you Jay because I just realized, like, when we say JL, everyone thinks Jonathan Little. But yeah. I mean, it checks the time there. Jay. That's the time. I would bet because you think we need protection. Also, for you in cash games, you're usually 100, 200 bigs deep, which means when you bet and get raised and get it in, you're in kind of weird shape here. The top set, you're okay, but in general, you're going to be in weird shape here. With 40 bigs, you kind of need some protection, and you want to stacking up isn't nearly as bad. But you can see solver likes to check. I mean, 60% of the time. Brave. Who's checking aces on these boards? None of you guys. You should be checking aces. You don't want to get it in here.
Yeah, no, I do. I check the top of range here, so a good bit, honestly. Because I want to get to the turn, because this is a good, really good flop. It's a dynamic board. It's good for them, so I really just don't want to have to pile all my chips in right away with like.
Yeah, it's not really a
Yeah.
3-street hand, right? Even
Yeah.
aces on this board.
I mean, obviously you got some hands that want to get it in eventually, but
Here we go.
Well, crap, call.
Yeah, beats everyone's betting aces. Everyone except for Cat.
I mean, we might be able to just rip it here. It's 2x pot, right? So like, I
Yeah.
don't hate jamming. He's got a lot of draws that can call. He's got some two pairs. He's got worse sets, I guess. I don't know. I mean, he's got some combo draws. He's got enough that can call up, I think. I would just get it in.
Beats spamming. Anybody not jamming?
My first instinct was not to jam. I think I'm conflicted between calling and raising like 14.55. Reclicking it. I think my instinct is just very small.
I mean, in practice, what other hands are you clicking? Are you fucking 4-bet clicking?
Like 9-10 of hearts. 9 like 10.
Line 7 of clubs.
That's
Well, I
straight.
mean, that's a straight.
Yeah, I know.
And
I'm not
talking
clicking
about, like-
junk.
Yeah. Like, I don't think we have any click bluffs. Oh, I mean, 9-10 of hearts might be in there, if I'm honest, but like, that's because Ashes is being a solver nerd. But like, in general, like, most people have click bluffs. Like, it gets sticky.
I mean, in my mind, we're
And
gonna
then I
have.
guess if you have 9-10 of hearts, you click it to 14 and they jam.
you
Can
fold.
you fold with 2 overs, a gutter, and backdoor? Jeez, I mean,
Well, if they rejam, they're
you
just
put your half
unloaded.
stack, you put half your stack in there.
My only
It's not half a
thought,
stack. It's like close to a third of our stack. Well, like 14 and 37.
my only thought process is we will have some raises here. I don't think we have a lot, and this is one of our best hands, so it's probably gonna get slotted in the raise bucket, but I just don't know what size. And so I ripped it. I don't know if that's good or not.
I mean, I would rip it here too, honestly. I agree. They have all those draws and everything else. I'm wondering if this is going to be one of those spots in the solver that's going to be like 50-50 again, like 50% call, 50% jam.
Wouldn't doubt it.
I would be amazed if there would be a click, but I've been wrong before. Nope. Just
Hey, the
call.
call worked.
Pure
I thought I was
calls.
being a fish.
Pure
100%
calls.
call.
Let's see what we're raised. We gotta have some raises, right?
9-7 of clubs. 8-9.
Nines,
The 8-9
sevens.
and 9s.
Overpair.
But not jams. A little bit overpair, yeah. Overpair
Oh,
with a spade.
there's-
Only with a
yeah,
spade. Look at that. Only
Yeah.
overpair with a spade. Wow.
Makes sense.
Just not coming over the top. We're all fucking this up.
There's some clicks. There's a different bet size. There's definitely some clicks, and then there's some big.
Yeah, I mean, but this is like an overwhelmingly
Yeah,
linear strategy, right? With
I'm
your-
shocked. I mean,
your quote bluff.
yeah,
And
everything
here's the
around
click.
the eight's brazen.
Here's the
but
one
eights-
click. The only click you got here is 9s. No 9-10 of hearts.
6 with an over.
Queen
Are they
6.
spades?
Spades.
Yeah,
got
they're
something
spades
there.
too, right?
Yeah,
Pretty interesting.
it's like 9-6 of spade.
Yeah, but the truth is, if you
spades.
miss, if you put this into like one of these kind of mixed categories and take all these little speckled things out, you're in fine shape. Like, trying to find these little islands. It's kind of a weak excuse.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's one, it's hard, and two, it's it's a weak excuse to do bad shit sometimes. Yeah, like I'm paraphrasing here, but I was hanging out with Saliba a little while back. He was going off about how solvers are important. You know the solvers, but a lot of times solvers gonna tell you some bullshit. So you gotta be careful. Right? It's like I always compared to chess, right? Chess has a solver too. If you play the solver in chess every single time, you will win every single time. This game isn't like that, right? This game we have a solver to find baseline, and depending on who you're playing, this is a great strategy. And then sometimes this could be a completely plenty strategy, and sometimes it could be way too nitty strategy depending on who you're playing, right? So
Yeah, so like population with a 5% check raise is like just good hands, and they're gonna go broke when we jam a lot, I think. So I still think it's fine versus most people, like versus people that just don't have bluffs.
yeah, but I mean, I even think like some of their hands that don't have bluffs. I mean, fuck, then there's only a straight. I guess we only use straight.
It's like if they're check raising, like a lot of people have, they'll do like ace eight here, king eight, whatever combo draws.
Sure, and I wonder if they ever like if we jam, if they ever fold flush draw. If they start to fold some of their flush draws. No. Because then I don't think in practice people fold the flush draws.
think some people in practice would.
Most people don't. I don't know what, well, actually, I do know what you're playing. People aren't folding flush draws on global, homie. Look, it's hard.
Okay, maybe you're right. You're right.
Flush draws, never folding.
Oh, really? Okay. Oh, it's raising less flush draws than I thought, though. Oh, that makes
Yeah.
sense. That makes sense. That
I
makes
mean, it's
sense.
raising no flush draws, right? Oh, wait, that's called. Sorry.
That's call.
Here's their raise. But even then, not raising a lot of flush draw.
Flush draws that are around.
Yeah, flush draws with straights.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that makes sense because you don't want to raise and then get
Um,
jammed on.
Yeah, you have a mega equity. Yeah, and this board is wicked, right? And if you have flush draw, you start getting this raise board. It's like always over pair and sets, right? Like we're not doing that with anything else. In theory, we're not even doing that with some of the stuff we're doing in practice with, right? So yeah. But what the fuck, TTO wizard? Why?
See, if you did this in AI and made them more value heavy, take out bluffs and give them more value hands, it would be totally like if you want to look at exploits.
Wait. Did I put in? They give me a pre-hand. Like this is the first hand. This is the first hand in the drill, and it tells me there's no solution. Like, why did you put the drill out there first spot? You have no solution.
It happens. More than it should.
All right, here we go. Back on track. Call's better because it makes no sense for overpair to raise this board. Two pair set straights get there. Top set not drawing dead. Yeah, I mean you're right. You're 100% right. 100% right. All right, who was up here? Aaron.
Shit,
What's
I
the
do
plan,
not know
man?
what to do with this hand. I kind of want to bet it big because it's not going to win at showdown, but it's just got literally nothing going for it.
Mhm.
You know what? I'll be brave. I'm clicking 55.
When I find myself in spots like you just talked about, I often go for like a delayed C bet. I check and hope like
Oh, I like
ace
that.
of clubs peels off or something, and then they check and I can start bluffing like junk.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of hit on all the points there, Aaron. Like this, you never have any sixes, fours, or threes in your range. You don't have 5-7. You don't have 2-5. Big blind's got all of that, and you don't. You have none of this. Zero. And you have no like safety net, right? So no way to invert.
Yeah.
So just this gotta be a check.
Yeah, like a king or queen would be probably a really nice card to bluff if it's not a spade.
43%, 49% bet. We got some.
Yeah.
Or 40. Yeah.
I mean, is that a board that has a lot of a high check raise for the big blind as well?
I would imagine.
I mean, it's
I
not
mean,
gonna be it's not gonna necessarily be a lead board for them because it's two-tone, but I think it's got a lot of the qualities of check raise for the big blind as well.
It does.
I
And you
know
can
I
see
have a lot of
like
check
it was
raise.
50%. It was 50% betting on this board, Aaron, but like it's all these little mixes of crap. You know what I mean?
True, but there is a preferential for the lower you are in your range, it seems.
Jack nine suited. Then they're a bit 50-50.
It's got 83%. It's got big bet mixed in there.
I see bet's actually way too low, so it's I'm trying to find these crappy
Your C bet's
ones.
way too low? No.
Yeah,
What's your C bet
Right?
percentage?
it's probably like I don't know, like 70%.
That's
Way
good.
too low.
I think that's pretty good. It's close, right?
Against the Ontario fish, dude, it's got to be higher.
You gotta be careful, like doing it too much out of position too. Hang on, I'm bringing up the velocity again. I'm everywhere I play doesn't have heads, to be fair. But I got
Yeah, I mean, the more fishy the game is, I would imagine actually the C bet percentage goes lower because you're out of position more and you're multi-way more.
no, 70%. Somewhere between 75 and 80 is good.
Oh,
Soft
are you just talking heads up pots or overall?
heads up pots.
Okay,
Way
yeah,
less
yeah.
than way
Yeah,
less
yeah,
than
yeah.
multi pots. But yeah, I
Okay, I
got this
don't know. It's talking overall, but yeah, heads up pots. Yeah, you're right.
last time. Actually, this wasn't even me. This is Justin's. Used to get coached by Acevedo way back in the fucking day, 5 years ago or so. And he was doing a database review with Justin, and these were some of the notes. You can see c-bet flop out of position should be 35%. See, so way lower out of position.
Yeah, I was just pulling that same thing up.
And here you go. So he was 54% of the time. Too low. It needs to be around 70 for heads up pots. 75 and 80 is good. In soft games, you can go a little more.
Yeah, soft games. That's what I need to be 85.
But I mean, this isn't a knock on. I keep trying to pull this mic over. This isn't a knock on Aaron. This is a general statement to everybody. Is that just be careful because, like, you might think a game's really soft, but you really have to know that you have a big edge on your table. You know, emphatically before you start deviating too far. Right. Before you start opening the button, 80-90% of hands, you need to have a lot of hands, I'd say. But yeah, it's not bad. And I mean, I guess it depends. I was just thinking, like, for me, I do a lot of things, especially because most of the sets I play on don't allow HUD. So for me, it's players dependent. Like if I think a guy is tight, then I'm going to see bet this board. With pretty much all my range, right? But I think guys loose, I'm going to be a little bit more toward checking and that kind of thing. Same thing, like on a lot of boards where you would normally double barrel. If you're the Lippy Collie guy, I'm just not double barreling against you very much because you just don't ever fold second pair. So as a bluff, I'm almost never, but I'm tripling for max value like every time. Right?
Nice.
So just adjusting. Cool. What did we do in game? We checked, I believe.
We didn't do nothing yet.
We checked the flop.
We haven't done anything on
flop,
the turn
yeah.
yet. We checked flop, yeah.
What do you think on the turn after checking flop there, Aaron?
Well, I mean, delayed c-bet, right? So let's go for it.
Going with the cat plan? What size?
I can't help myself. I just lose my shit when this stuff happens. I take my shot on the turn.
Yeah,
size? What
I'm
size,
I'm
man?
leaning towards 83% just because it's a turn bet, even though our
Yeah.
hand makes no friggin' sense for it, unless we want to like. Now there's literally no sense for it. I guess we block Queen Jack. Okay, 83%. I've talked myself into it.
Yeah, that's what I landed on too, actually, because I don't want to give them just like an easy price to call some draw. So like I'm gonna really want to apply pressure here.
Yeah, and he checked twice.
Debating between 83 and 125.
So I don't think
I
we get
would-
to go over pot because they have
Because there are
nutted
straights on the
hands.
board.
Yes.
It's like the
Yeah, I was gonna say, if there wasn't a
everything.
completed straight on the board, this would be a great overbet card, but
Yep.
because it's got that completed straight on the board, I think it's probably closer to that 83.
Even though they should never check it twice, honestly. If they have a
They
straight,
shouldn't.
No, but I mean, it's just something that solver does. I mean, we saw it in the last one, right? There was some overbet there. You know what I mean? But it was a very small percentage. Right? Very small percentage. It's gonna be the same thing here. Size up, but probably not overbet. For me, like, I mean, they're pretty capped. 83 doesn't seem terrible. I would normally go like if we go 83 here, can we jam? I was trying to do the math. I don't think we can like really jam river too much. So I was thinking 55 for that reason. Because
yeah,
always
I
setting
also
up
give
a
up
jam.
a lot when they call on the turn when I do that.
When you go 83 and they call in the turn, you have
If
to
I
call.
go 83 and they call, I generally give up hands like this. I'm taking my shot now and I'm done.
Oh,
You
you
might be
have
able
to
to get
call
a
it through
small
because
I don't
little
wanna
river
speed
they're
bet.
still gonna have they're gonna have a 6, they're gonna have a 4, they're gonna have a 3, they're gonna have a 5, maybe like king 5, things like that,
We'll see
right?
what- Yeah, I'm hoping to hit a
After.
jack or a 9 and check back.
I mean, well, if you have a jack or a 9, then check back is good because now you have showdown value, right? But if it doesn't come, if you fire a turn, you have to fire it.
So I could bluff like a
It's
king.
gold.
I could bluff like a
Anything that
king
doesn't
or a
connect,
10. It's not a
anything that doesn't
spade.
connect with this shit. Basically. like even an 8 or a 9, maybe not a 9 because you have one. An 8, a 10, a king, an ace, something like that. 83 is what you guys said.
No,
Checking.
small bets. Wants to go
Sissy,
small.
sissy. Yeah, I'm trying to target the air. Sissy. I probably would have been over here too. Equal equity. though.
Same EV though. I guess we just don't have to go that big.
I said equity. I meant AV.
But now, I mean,
It's
so here's
too
the
good
problem
for
with
other
the ace.
ranges.
It's really good for, that's not my turn.
Oh no, I'm interested in what you have to say. Please.
So the ace is really good for us, but it's also like in their range of hands that are gonna defend, because it's an over to the queen, right? Like, so they gotta have, the ace 2, ace 5, ace 7, they don't raise sometimes, ace 8.
Yeah, but those hands calling the turn bet.
Yeah, they
When
all
you're
connected to the
86%?
low cards.
Ace high flush draws also like the check call, right?
Ace high flush draws are in there some.
That would pain me not to bluff here, but I think it might be a fine check and lose.
Yeah, I mean, you're
They're
for
going
sure,
twice pot.
it's a really good card for us. We're for sure gonna barrel some, I guess, but like, I don't know how I feel about it. It's
Now,
gonna
do you
be
think
like
it's
This
the
is a
better
other,
with
must barrel
spades
card.
when we're trying to
there's-
get him off a 6?
it's
there's
gonna
zero
depend
chance
on,
I am checking this.
it's gonna depend on what I think of the player.
Zero
I hate to-
chance.
I hate to get looked up by like 6, 7 here. Like, if I know this guy just can't fold, I'm done, man.
If he can't fold, then you should jam. Like if this is the kind of guy that's gonna call you with a 6, if you bet 86% pot again, then you should jam. But like, yeah, I mean, that's what I was saying. Like, it's hard to get in on the river. That's what I was saying about betting the turn. That's why I was going kind of the 60%.
It's really nice not having spades, so that tilts me more towards wanting to bet a little bit more too.
You have to bet an ace.
I'm still not pure betting this, but no spades
You
is really
have
good for
to
us.
pure bet this.
Have to bet. Yeah, I
For
mean,
the
have to bet
love-
this.
You have to. You
Is
have
this
to.
one of
No
those
showdown value.
61%.
That card is.
I was gonna say,
great
is
for
this
the
one of these?
range.
Yeah, is this one of these spots where you go 61% so that if they come over top, you can just fold
I mean, I think that's
and
what I
not
would
commit
do.
your whole
Honestly,
stack?
I'm not sure what the solver's gonna do. Like I said, I picked the spot because these spots are kind of tough. For everybody except for JL, who's been crushing it. These spots are generally pretty tough. It's kind of why I picked it. So I'm not 100% sure what the solver's gonna do. That's why I picked it. But I mean, I'm kind of leaning toward what you said, Beats. Like 60 because we're targeting air. I mean, I might even go 86 again. Jam's got
Yeah.
some merit. I guess suppose Jam's got some merit.
I mean, we're never getting a queen or an ace to fold, so you can't really. I mean, you're
Not
not gonna
targeting that. I'm
jam to
targeting everything
that.
else.
You're targeting
Yeah.
everything else. So since
Sixes,
you're targeting
4x, 3x,
air,
pocket 8s, pocket 7s, like anything. I guess
Yeah.
some of those jam free, but like stuff
I
like
think
that.
2x pots for queen X. A lot of some queen X. I think I would fold queen X.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really quite targeting Queen X, but Queen X shook for sure.
As played, we probably
Because
still
there's
have,
not a ton of Queen X that calls the flop.
no. And as played, we
It's
probably
not.
do have
No, I
enough
think.
advantage.
We checked the flop, didn't we?
we checked the flop.
We did. We did.
Then we bet big on turn, so he would have
And
a
they would
fair amount of
call.
Queen X.
And straight would call 2 in that scenario. Yeah, I mean, I would bet. You have to bet something.
Yeah, especially with no
Um,
spades.
Yeah. Where were you leaning? What did you say? You said you convinced
61.
Check.
Flipping a coin.
Check.
Oh, jam or check.
Check or jam.
Hey,
Oh, everybody's
you are
spewing but me.
crazy.
I spewed on the turn.
I mean, there's a decent amount of jam. Jam feels good. I really wanted to jam, but I was sissy. And I was a sissy. And they always say like those fucks always call 2/3 pot, right? Fuck.
How much
Wait a
ace
second.
X is in the big blinds
So
range?
less equity, Jack 9.
But going back to what you said about no
Mm.
overbets with the straight on the board, I think that's only relevant on the
What's
if they like on the flop.
Well, you're talking
There's
about.
definitely no overbets on completed equity. But on the
I
turn when it
don't-
goes check, I do
some.
believe there's
There's a
gonna be some
spectrum.
overbets.
Yeah,
I
the-
don't understand why we want to have spades. Like I was 50-50
Yeah,
and the
I
spades
was,
was making me lean towards not having a spade was making me lean towards betting, but it actually wants to bet the spades.
Well, I
I was
was
thinking
thinking
so.
if we have spades, he more likely has like a 6 or something that we can fold out with a jam, and less likely an ace of spades.
Yeah. Good process. That could be it.
Holy shit, hang on a second. Alright, we're gonna go down the rabbit hole for a second. Oh,
And
that's
the
sick.
jack is just going to beat a lot of busted flush draws anyway.
So sick.
At least I know
Lean on
poker's
the
still.
board.
Nice. I was complaining with the AI that they don't have a click to go from a solve straight to AI, but they do now. Bang.
They had a big upgrade yesterday.
Yeah, it was a bitchin' upgrade. My pilot's pretty dead, I think. I don't know how pilot comes back from this.
This still has limitations.
Some.
It only solves still one street at a time. So probably when you can run it, you can get all the answers. You can run your sims and get the
Well, you know what they need to do though, right? Like a mass
Hey,
data
you can
analysis
still-
with
you can
AI
still
to
get
auto
to
note
the-
player types.
They'll get there. It's a learning tool.
You
They
can
learn.
still. What do you mean you can only get to?
So
can't
like
get to all the
it's
streets?
not if you node lock, you're not going to get a report. I don't think. So like if
I
you
see.
change what they already have solved here and you node lock something, you're only going to get the answer for that street.
And then what happens when you click the action for the next street?
Not
Get to
sure.
read.
I don't have it. I don't have
Oh.
AI, so I'm not positive.
I
I
haven't fucked with
read in the blog that I read that's one of the limitations. Not exactly sure.
And
What
I don't
they-
even know where the node locking is. I saw the little demonstration about
So
it.
this is it here. And when you change stuff, you're node locking. If you change stack depths, bet sizes, range, you can edit the range here. So anything you change from what's already been solved, you're actually node locking.
So I'm just gonna do something random. Especially from wherever. Oh, so it keeps you down SM. See. Yeah, man, all they need is multi-way.
Yeah,
Multi-way, they even added something like 1,000, a couple thousand, like new ICM sims in there as well. 'Cause
They
I was
added
talking,
so another thing they did is all their other styles were based on 200 field size, and now they've done a ton with large fields to 1,000 players, and apparently it drastically the field size alone drastically changes your ranges as you get closer and closer to like in the late reg and the bubble. and
yeah, it
stuff
makes
like that.
sense because like on ACR, right? When you get through late reg, there's still 800 people left, but on global, when you get through late reg, there's like 40
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
25 make it. Right?
yeah, I know the combining with Ruse has made a big difference.
Huge difference. 100 blind sims, limp check, blind versus blind, instantly. Right? Like, instantly.
So
All right, guys.
I know they keep talking about multi-ways coming, so hopefully soon.
Coming, DTO just released some, but it's limited.
HRC's introduced some multi-way solves. The problem is the trees get gigantic. Like I just doubled my RAM. It's coming next week, but it's still not going to be able to do as much as I'm going to want it to do.
Mm.
But it gets reasonable solutions. They take a long time, but I hope that's something they keep improving on and maybe find a way to get it to solve faster and somehow condense the
come.
trees.
Yeah, it'll come for sure. It'll come. And then ICMizer is coming up with post flop izer, I think is what they're calling it. They invited me to the beta. So ICM post flop, which is super cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, HRC's doing that now too. That's what I'm saying. And you could do multi-way to an extent. The bigger you make it the tree though, the harder it's just got. The computers, people's home computers are limited. It's gonna be hard.
All right, guys, back on track. We took a little break there. What time is it actually? Let me make sure. I know I got some time, but I want to make sure all that stuff.
What is it, 10:30 your time?
Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, we'll finish this hand and then probably take like a 2-minute break. We'll hit it back again for a little while. All right, who was up? Aaron.
Okay, I don't know how to play the big
Oh.
blind, so I don't know if we have any donks on this, so I'll just check raise it.
Yeah, we probably do. Don't. You need usually have 3 connected cards.
Usually we don't want them two-tone. But
So check, Aaron.
Well, okay, I'm gonna at least probe this, right? Let's go 55%.
Check for ashes.
I'm checking.
Check for beach. Check for cap. Check for pucks. Conflicted for toe. Big part of me wants to check. Big part of me knows that they don't have any straights, however, and our hand can use some protection. The problem is when they check back the flop, can we ever get called by worse? There is the asterisk that is making me want to not bet. So check. Nope. I was feeling it. Should have gone with it.
But smaller on completed boards.
Yep. Oh yeah, small because we're targeting all their air and stuff and just need a little protection. When we go small now, they can call with a much wider range.
Ace high. Yeah.
So,
Got them lost on rivers when it's like
Okay.
any high card.
you're gonna be surprised how much we're fucking donk leading this or probing this turn. It's pretty huge.
The best this hand is a bet with range.
Age bet.
This is the sim we saw, Mike. You saw
This is
it.
the turn, right?
This is the similar sim we saw. So Tuesday. This is the turn. You have to go check out Just leading.
Jesus.
range. Yeah, I should have gone with my gut. No better.
He just
I
has
don't
no
know.
fives. He has like ace five, maybe 6-5, some low weight.
Yep. And when he checks
Is
the
the
flop,
open
he's
king
capped.
five
He has-
suited there?
He's so capped when he checks flop.
I don't think he has king five. He's got like pocket fives, ace five, and maybe 6-5. And then not even, 6-5 is not even in there.
Moderately
Like
capped.
I got it sometimes I don't.
Yeah, I mean the 7 is just a huge 7. The 7 is just a huge equity shifting card in our favor, right? Huge, just bleeding range. It's crazy. The detail wizard. Detail wizard is fucking killing me today.
Well, good time to take a break.
It is a good time to take a break. We'll take 5. We'll be right back. Take 3, not 5.
So the guy that won, you see what you guys all saw Bert won, right? The WSOP.
Yeah, sure.
Wait, Bert won? Wait,
He
wait.
won- yeah, he won 2.7 million like 2 weeks ago. You didn't see that?
Oh, you talk about Bert Stevens. You talk, yeah.
Yeah. So apparently, the guy that won it, I saw something on Twitter about Espen. What the hell's his name? Another European one.
Jordan Espen?
Yeah, he got.
Oh yeah, Aspen Yorkside, yeah.
He got
Oh, that's
$6
it.
million in endorsements after winning the WSOP. Bert might be in line for some nice extra money on top of what he won. Pretty sweet. And that might explain him going through. I saw his post like right after he won it. He was going through deleting all kind of shit on his media site, social medias. I think someone might have told him to clean up some of his stuff so he can get more of those endorsements. I'm guessing. I don't know if that's the fact or not, but
Yeah, Bert's a good guy. I used to go to all his private streams.
he is what he is. He's just you know,
He's-
he's up
No, I
front.
couldn't happen to a better guy.
He ain't trying to be who he ain't. And I like that. I respect that.
Yeah, he's straight up. He's very honest,
Uh,
very kind person. Also, back when he was starting those poker coaching streams, I guess like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, he used to talk on occasion about getting ripped off. I think he was ripped off pretty badly in a staking deal. I think he
Mhm.
staked someone and got ripped off. And so couldn't happen to a better guy as far as I'm concerned.
I know that he said he let himself get taken advantage of. He was giving a lot of money to like animal rescues and stuff. It's one thing I heard him say on his stream. And he just let people take advantage of him because like he just loves animals so much. And whenever he had money, people let him, he just give them money for whatever, I guess, to help them with their animals. And, I don't know to what extent, but he did make that comment on in one of his Twitters or one of his Twitches.
Yeah, yeah. Couldn't happen to a better guy. Yeah, he's a very unique style as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that final table was a masterclass.
It really was. Like I could not have. I'd have never pulled it off. Like on one hand, I say he ran like just so pure. But that said, like I still wouldn't have been clicking all the buttons he was clicking. I'd have never won that, even with his hands.
Did you see Patrick Leonard go over
The
one of the
tens.
final hands
Yeah,
on Twitter? That was interesting.
yeah.
What
I mean-
hand? I actually haven't seen that.
I mean,
The
that's right up Kep's wheelhouse because he runs one of the final hands in HRC. It's where the
Oh,
guy
the
in
10th
second
hand?
place. It's one of the guys. This guy in second place and the guy in third place had like two big blinds. And the guy in second place folded 10-10 with 15 bigs in the small blind.
Yeah.
And,
What did
it was
Patrick
the
say?
right play.
It was the right play. What was his range supposed to be like?
Jam jacks.
So
Just Jack Fox, no.
GTO, he could have opened jam tens, but then Patrick made the point that if Bert just calls off a little bit wider, and this is unintuitive to a lot of people. I learned this a long time ago. If people people have you covered, or they could put a big dent in your stack, if they call you wider than they should, a lot of your range goes way down in value. So tens were gone instantly. Even went by him calling worse hands, like ace jack O, they added to the range for Bert. Nines, he added some like nines, eights, low weight, like nines up full, and then like low eights, seven, sixes, fives. He added ace jack in there. I think he added a little bit of king queen. Just by adding that to Bert's calling range, made tens a punt.
Yeah, did you see Deeb's comment on it though?
Who?
Sean Deeb,
No.
where he said if Giraffe is folding his small blind a lot the next hand, then tens is a jam.
So that's interesting. Yeah, if Bert wants to let the other guy chip up and keep him hanging around,
Yeah,
and I think he may have been doing some of that. I think he did.
No, he didn't do it. I was wondering if he would, but he didn't.
He didn't fold one hand to him.
No, when that guy in third was down to like one or two big blinds, he didn't fold his small blind. He just kept on banging on him.
Yeah, because he was just going to mow the last two down. He
Yeah,
had such a
'cause-
huge dip lead.
Yeah,
he
it's
didn't-
one of
I mean,
those-
that's he might have done it because it was being streamed, and that's totally a fine play, but it's
Yeah, because
Little
the guy was
dirty.
all in on the next hand, and so then Deeb was like, Deeb was saying, just fold, give him the, give it to him, and then continue to work on the guy in second.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
what I
an
would have
interesting
done,
concept.
but yeah, Giraffe, I think Giraffe at that point was, yeah, he was such in a commanding league.
Yeah,
That- it's like, it's a little bit dirty, but I would have done the exact same thing. I would have fed him a couple chips and kept him alive.
I couldn't honestly answer the question. I wanted to fold, I wanted to jam. I just didn't really know like what I had no idea what I would do for real in that spot.
With the tens,
Yeah. But it was a tough spot, man, for
it was
Like,
cusp.
Did you just
That
open,
was
how'd
the
that hand
cusp.
play out?
$500,000 hand.
No, I know that. How did the hand play out?
The guy folded.
No, what was
He
the
folded,
action?
folded, he folded, he was in second place, third place had
I
like
saw
two
that.
big
With
blinds.
one blind, yeah.
Yeah, and Giraffe was in the big blind. He folded tens. And
The guy
then
limp, or did the guy raise full?
he
Open fold.
open folded.
He open folded tens?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he was on 15 big blinds.
Yeah, that can't.
And
So it
then
was-
Patrick
I would
did a
true limp.
little
I would
bit
100%
of
limp.
the change of the range of what
Saw some of that.
big stack was gonna call off with. And tens become a fold. They moved from a shove to a fold.
Yeah, tens were cuspy. They were bottom. And if Bert called off just a little bit wider, like if he called off ace jack, essentially, nines even, which are worse. And a little king queen suited, I think he added, and a couple other like pairs at low weights that were worse than tens. Tens were pure fold. There was like a 1 or 2% sliver of jams left, which, whatever. But then I think it was Beach just chimed in. It said Sean Deeb said that if Bert would fold to keep the two big blind stack in and give him chips, then you got to jam tens, and that makes sense too. Never really considered that.
Yeah, it does. Future game.
Yeah. But that's all guesswork. Is like you don't know. Like you
Funny
gotta.
enough, nothing would have changed. If he jammed tens, Bert folds 6-2 suited, of course. And then the heads up plays exactly the same. But it's
Yeah.
still a very, very interesting spot.
Yeah, right. Because you're not in much of a better spot, and he had a decent chip lead over the small blind, right? So like Bert giving him a hand. If he gave him a hand every time, though, like Jesus, it could become a problem.
It's a crazy spot that you're almost never in, right? Where it's a $500,000 pay hop, and this guy got one fucking big.
Yeah.
yeah, and I mean, most of us never are thinking about is the big stack gonna fold in the small blind to keep him in? And yeah, it's just
I'm
makes it a
praying.
weird spot.
Someone mentioned it too. I think Patrick Leonard might have mentioned it. Like I am sitting there praying I don't get anything even reasonably close to a playable hand. I don't want to have to make a decision.
Yeah,
If
it
you're the
sucks.
small blind, yeah,
Oh.
you just want to wait. You just want that guy out.
I believe too much in Karamo to do the something like this to build a stack of an opponent just to keep the other in the ICM spot. That small stack is gonna triple up, and he's gonna be a drill.
Bert had 7140. Bert had like what percentage of chips did he have in play? Let me see. There was Bert had 80 with 3 left. Bert had 80% of the chips in play.
Yeah.
It's just sick.
Crazy spot, right?
So these guys, when you walked away, that Espin that won
Yeah.
the
Yeah, he
WSOP,
got a bunch of money and endorsements, I heard.
$6 million in endorsements.
I mean, I don't know that, uh. I don't know that, Giraffe would get the same type of endorsements for this versus winning the main event. But yeah, I mean, that's a big part of it, right?
He'll get something. He'll get
Yeah, it's a big
some.
part of it. I mean, I had plenty of endorsements when I was streaming at a much smaller scale, right? So sure. I mean, shit, I got this gig from fucking streaming, and having some good successes, but still on a much smaller scale, right?
Yeah, it's like everybody knows, bro. Like he comes out of the closet, starts streaming, he's got 2,000 people watching him day one, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, because he's fucking Giraffe.
Yeah.
He's already got a name. This is his third 7-figure score, right? He's already got a name. He's not playing on the American sites, playing on the world sites. Just all the work. And in my opinion, the best streamer in the game right now by a lot.
Watch, yeah.
He's just so entertaining.
I got on
Yeah, but-
band. Took me a month and a half, but I got on band.
What'd you get? You got banned from Giraffe. I remember that thing. We talked about that.
Total misunderstanding, man. I was so, and I go back to watch it. I'm seeing like in the chat, you're banned. I would get so tilted. I'm like, what the fuck? It's
Why
over.
always pissing people off, Yep.
It's over. Just don't even. I just don't even say anything there anymore. Not much.
It's funny.
Like a guy like Lex Valdus has a 6K by stream. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy when you think about the video game streamers, right? Like the guys like Dr. Disrespect who have 30,000-40,000 people watching. He's selling out arenas every day.
Then you
That's
got
crazy.
Aiden Ross who gets over 100,000 viewers every stream.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And does nothing. He gets that many people.
Crazy. All right, guys, let's kick this off for about a half hour more. And then we'll call this one a wrap. Hard boards. Ready to go. We need a new contestant up here. Let's go with you, Ashes.
All right. What up? All right. So this board I'm going, just going 33 here.
33. 83% out right away.
Wait, actually, yeah, 33 is 33.
Yeah, sticking with it.
Yeah, sticking with it.
Who else is out there? Who have we heard from? Doug, we haven't heard from today. Larry, what are you doing?
I think I put in a small bet. I think I put in like a B20.
B20.
This board
That's small.
favors big blind and he's got some locked up equity. You might see a check raise, but I think his hand is too good with the spade, so we B20.
Would you guys' strategy change Dub says 55 if we were deeper?
Yes. I'll go 55 if we're deeper.
One of the different check this. All right, let's check out. Yeah, stack size is crazy here. We're super short. You said 33, right, Ashes?
I did say 33.
Oh, motherfucker. Damn it.
Still 55.
This is bad.
I considered that, but I thought still completed
What's
equity,
your
but
stack? Sure.
all right.
No worries, Jackson. We were on a break there for a minute too. It just got started again, so we didn't miss anything.
Check forward.
Oh, you get a layup. Whoop. Tricky.
I like checking this hand. Wait, can we bet call this? Hey, sorry, give me a second here.
Sure.
Okay,
Jim, was
no,
that
I
20 for this hand or 20 for the last hand? Go ahead, Ashes.
I was changing my mind here. I think king high flush draw is good enough to bet call, so we don't have to check because if we bet, we don't fold to a jam. So now I'm switching to 55.
Cool. I'm there what team said. Beats, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think I like, kind of going like the 55 as well for everything Bolton said.
Mike, what are you doing? 83 for jail.
So I'm gonna be different than everybody else.
That's checking.
I just think they're super capped. They don't have any pairs. They don't have any sets. They don't have many nut flush draws. So I think we can just like range bet real tiny here and get a lot of folds. And like this hand doesn't care if it gets raised. I don't think.
So you're going 20?
I would just bet 20%. With my range.
Interesting. Jackson, what are you doing?
On this board, cut off versus big blind. I think all options are on the table. I even like check sometimes. I like check less than everything else, but I think all options have some EV. I mean, they have range advantage, yeah, but are they even defending on 14 big stacks appropriately? And like we can withstand raise.
The solver is. This is the dumb shit Glover egg.
Yeah. I keep forgetting that we're doing solvers. Every time I speak from a place of population.
Me too.
I believe all actions have some type of merit in game. I even check this sometimes, admittedly, even though I have a lot of EV and I can withstand raises. Sometimes I'm okay with just realizing and knowing that I'm not even supposed to be betting on 6 high boards. So I would be betting to induce a raise a lot of the time from a competent player, because a competent player would know that I'm not supposed to be raising 6 high boards.
How much equity do we have on this board, by the way? I'm just curious.
A lot.
Like, I feel like we
Yeah,
have the
it's not
best
that
hand
big,
quite a lot, like almost
We do.
an unpaired range advantage kind of thing.
We do, for sure. But the big blind's still gonna have way more of this than we do. I mean, I'd be lying. I'm not sure what the solver's gonna do. We might have too much equity and it might just bet, but I would check this a ton in game myself. Just because I'm checking so much of my range on this board in general. I don't hit this ever.
Correct.
Literally don't hit this ever. We
I think
have the best hand here a lot. We have tons of ways to pick up equity on the turn. I don't really want to bet and then call off. I'm not folding, but I ain't fist pumping either. Like I'm behind and have to catch up. Right? Like, I mean, I guess statistically we're probably ahead pretty good on the flop against most of his range. If we get
we should
there.
have a pretty
But
big
we're like
nut
a slight,
advantage.
we're a slight favorite, right? We're like, it's like what 52-48 or something. 55.
I think it's
45,
way
somewhere
bigger
around
than
there.
that.
If we get it in here,
No, I think, if we bet and they jam, then the range is a lot more condensed,
yeah.
but
So I'm talking about in that scenario. In
Yeah.
general, we have maybe more equity, maybe, but when we do get bet and get it in, I'm not folding, like I said, and we're probably slightly ahead best.
But he might have worse flush draws he'll do it with anyway. Probably combos, but
Sure. 8, 9 of spades or something. Sure. But again, like that's very slim, right? Like it's only 8, 9 of spades. Pretty few combos of that kind of stuff, right? So yeah, I mean, I would check this a lot, but I can see all the arguments for betting. Aaron, what size did you say again? I went rambling again. I was fucking go off on my tangent and then forget. You were in this range.
I was 55.
yeah, we're on Moltons anyway.
Oh, Molten. There you go. 55. Sorry.
It is
Yeah,
small.
so it does bet.
Yep, was
super
right.
small. Yep. Checking equal equity, but Well, I will check a lot.
We just got a huge nut advantage here, I think. I think it's like massive. I'm guessing, but
I was thinking we had more range and less nut advantage.
Yeah, we have range advantage on that.
Why does
No, they don't have any
yeah,
nuts. They don't
cutoff
have
doesn't
any
have
sets. They don't
advantage.
have any overpairs.
Yeah,
They have
5-4 though.
4-5. We don't.
So they have, okay, they have.
Well, why don't we
that's-
look at ranges and
Sure.
see what the
Why
solver
not?
says?
I mean, look,
Yeah,
it's a lot of
look at
checking.
the
on this
equity
one, too.
graph.
This one, not so much with the spades, but I mean, checking a lot.
Okay, so 55 is not a bad bet size,
Um,
just not with this hand. Okay, that's good to know.
Can we go back to big blind node and look at ranges and see what not range
Yeah,
advantage is?
I'm staring at it, trying to find it. There it is.
There's a, yes, they have none of that stuff. They have nothing good. They have some aces.
They have all the two pairs. They have all the straights.
That's not
They don't
much.
have sets.
Look at the equity graph.
On the flop, I guess.
Go 2 to the left.
Who loves it where?
Post flop
Uh,
equity.
Where it says ranges. And then go to big blind node right after the flop.
Imagine they don't have any sets, but do we have any sets here?
So are
Or
we,
cut off 14?
we're green, so we have the equity advantage all the way to the very end.
Yeah, you're right. They do have.
Yeah, no, we have no sets because we open jam. Those
so-
off of this, off of 14.
Yeah, I'm thinking about this like cash, which is totally wrong. Yeah, they are severely capped this short.
I didn't think that we would have that big of an equity advantage on this board, but I guess we do.
You just have better cards. They've got so much garbage.
Yeah, they got 36% trash to our 5.5%, right?
Yeah.
And our trash
It's
beats
probably
their
it's
trash.
almost certainly because they don't have the offsuit trash. That makes sense.
This is gonna help me see bet more.
It's just a very particular spot. Now, there's a lot of players that won't jam like they're supposed to here, and then that changes everything completely.
Mhm.
It's more of a standard spot.
If they
comp.
actually have sixes, threes, and twos in their range.
What if we
Yeah.
node lock away from having those jams we don't think that some players will have?
I mean, yeah,
That's
but
either
then
AI
we're
or
getting down into the fucking weeds, right? On limited
Yeah,
time.
you play more like a standard, maybe like 20 big blind spot or something, or 25, something like that. But even then, they're supposed to jam all that stuff.
Yeah.
But they don't. Like, they just don't. There's so many that won't. They're even calling those offsuit aces. They'll even like, they're jamming the wrong stuff too. Like, they'll jam suited aces and call the offsuit. And
I don't know why we only have a 40% bet range, but.
Was there a different node lock in the AI where we took away the big bets?
It's just the
still?
spades are still betting.
To,
I mean,
can
in
you,
general, it's-
can you click on ranges again and see how much the linear equity graph has changed?
gonna be
Yeah, but
closer.
the bets, oh, just equity.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, it doesn't change that much.
It's
Changes a
like-
little, well, they have more. They have a greater nut advantage. Well, they have a greater uber nut advantage.
Yeah, because we just gave them all the sets.
Yep.
Thank you, sir.
It's all in the tank.
Covering
Beep,
10.
beep, beep,
There it
beep.
is.
Oh,
All the clock on the solver.
Yeah, I don't know why. I put it all
Repeat
together.
and
Oh, they folded. That's what
I think it was a bet size we didn't have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leading there, Ashes.
I mean, I probably have some leading node, but not this hand. Just with a spade.
Yeah, with a spade, I like it. I still think we could check raise his hand some. And let us.
Check raise this hand?
Yeah.
Sure.
Nah.
Why
Nah,
not?
you don't
You got
get-
straight to
you
the
don't get-
9.
You don't get the.
Um,
On 3,
I'm
5,
checking
6.
this again.
Oh, this means 7 and 8, huh? I was like, oh, where's the straight? I couldn't even see the fucking straight. There's no way you're check raising fucking Jack 9. No way.
Look at,
A slim percentage. Only
One
with
combo.
With a spade though.
Yeah.
I'm checking
Where's the
again.
taco? Yeah, sure.
2 over straight to a 9, felt
Okay.
good to me.
And we're folding.
You need more equity than
Check the
that.
C bet. I first look at the C bet when it's like 80 or 100, it's like an auto check raise.
All right,
Okay,
Ashes,
so
here we
ace
go.
queen, ace queen 10. Okay. Bit deep though. It's fine. I let go 20%.
100%. Hey, thanks for hanging out, Joe. Appreciate you, buddy. If you're already here. See that recording. You said 20%. Who else? Sad, what are you doing? Larry, what are you doing? 20 or 33 says beats.
B20 fine.
Did you say B25?
B20.
B20. Okay. Aaron's going third. Yeah, I mean, this is one of those things, right? Straights get the flush cut there. We don't want to check though. Bet small seems good.
I don't hate checking here, honestly.
I'd be surprised if we have checks, but we might. Not against the BB though. This is a range play. I would go 33 just because we're a little deeper, but it's okay.
I bet range checks 50%.
You said B20, right, Ashes?
I did to B20.
Or 25%.
Interesting.
That's an interesting turn. That's actually a really interesting turn. 50 streets. Probably, but that's thin. Okay. I'm actually thinking of doing something crazy, but I'm not. I want to think about it more.
Gave us the asterisks. This might be crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. Check.
That was the crazy.
we can improve
Yeah.
to beat his flushes
I think this is a
and
bet small,
stack
bet.
him.
I think it's a bet small line. I think we just go small again.
Yeah.
I could see going small again. I don't
I
know.
like
Just with the
check. Check was
poker and
creative.
everything.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, I don't mind it.
The reason why I like check is because it's I don't know. It feels like two streets of hand, a 2-street hand, a queen X. How much queen X like with a spade? It feels like we get more EV for them bluffing like miss spades than them us getting queen X of like queen jack with a spade to call 3 streets. So, and it protects our checking range a lot. That's why I put it in there.
Really, I mean, yes. But man, I mean, I would always bet small here. There is no way I'm giving a free card to a king, a jack, spade. Something out, so weird. Oh yeah. I would always bet small myself. Let's find out. 70% check.
Who's in the
Fine.
zone?
Now we gotta look.
Very linear in the way in which it bets its repeat ace.
Yeah, it looks like mostly big bets if bets.
Yeah, because we chop with all
A
other
lot of
ace
this
X as
stuff getting
well.
a little crazy.
Each deck you have to bet because you beat all aces. You beat like ace 2 suited.
Yeah, it's a bunch of worse ace. One of the worst aces. Interesting.
Front dock, thank you.
Yeah. Now we bet
The good
like
news is he's usually not gonna go crazy on this
82.
side. Even. Yeah, I'm down with it. A little less, but that's fine.
Oh,
Yeah, I would have been 55. I would
Bet
have
big,
went to
bet.
the
Bet
smallest.
big is the fine. Alright, last one, Ashes.
Check.
Oh, shit.
We're not at 11 at the call.
Everybody calling? Anybody folding? This is
I don't
tough
think
one.
you get to fold yet.
Yeah, no, you puke if you fold.
So. Man. I mean, I'm sticky. I call here, but I wouldn't be surprised. It's probably like 0 EV.
I do think 9x starts to get to some folds here. I don't think 10x folds.
Like an 8, I'm not even loving it if I hit an 8, but I think we still have to call.
ten-
Any
10 of
size
clubs on the
up.
10.
Fuck, this sucks. Oh, this makes me so happy. Like
Also
any
raise it
normal, like
sometimes.
smaller size bet, you get the you don't need this spot, Aaron. Bad Aaron. Bad Aaron.
Fair.
I mean, it's 4 big blinds.
This size up is the problem. The size up is like strong hands that need protection and have a lot of equity, and we beat none of those and have no way to improve. So this makes me really happy seeing 40% fold.
So in game, are you
How do
folding
you bet
pure
like
toe?
one? I mean, I would be damn close to folding this pure in game, I think. To a big bet, to like the 1.6, the 2 blinds, that range, we see a lot of that. I would always call. Right. But like this size, ooh, this makes me pucker.
4 big blinds per honor. It's close. I think like if you can't give up 5, but 4, I think is like.
It's mixing.
Well.
It's mixing. The mix is happy enough to make me know that I'm folding all the time, and I'm at least half
Okay.
right.
I'd probably turn this into a
Check
bluff
on the
now.
turn.
I was
Yeah.
thinking.
It's still a little
Certainly
good.
understand.
I'm checking this pure.
Let me think about this.
Okay.
No, we can't go that big. You see how less in range. Do we bluff with like we need a spade? We need a spade. Wait, how much spade X do we have? One spade hands
Block
it.
jack 8 at least.
I'm not worried about Jack 8. I'm going 58 only because I think we're bottom of range.
So are you betting for value or are you bluffing?
I'm bluffing. I'm bluffing.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely above the bet. I just don't think we ever turn a pair this big into a bet. At the same time, do we
So,
have
like-
showdown? No, like I half understand the bet. I don't think I'm ever doing it when I actually have a pair, but I do half understand that for sure.
Yeah, and if you think when they check back on the turn, it's gonna be some flush draws that got there. It's gonna be some
Yes.
queen X that they hit on the turn. It's gonna be
Well,
some kings.
I think
that-
Queen X folds. I think Queen X folds.
Yeah, Queen X certain folds. I would agree with that.
Queen what?
Queen X folds
If we bet?
for sure.
Yes.
No way.
If
What
we
hand
jam
was-
bluffing the
fine-
jack.
Second
jack
pair on
8.
a 4-liner straight 3 flush board. You just can't. It's like,
So
no
suppose
problem.
they bet ace, queen of hearts on the flop. They turn the queen, they check, we bet. You think they're folding?
Yes.
No
And
way.
if yes,
I'm
what
never.
bluff do we have? Like, I mean, this is like it's really hard to find a bluff for us, other than maybe. Yeah, it's just we don't have money bluffs at all.
Yeah, you gotta be crazy calling the queen here. In practice, like, there's no way.
I checked to call, when I checked, if I bluff the queen on the flop and I turn, and I have like ace queen here, or queen jack. Or
Well,
queen
Queen
jack.
Jack's a straight.
So I have ace queen here. I'm not folding it to a half pot bet.
Oh, you're too sticky.
It's never. It's like a snap
Yeah.
call.
It's way too sticky. This is 4-liner 3 flush. Like, what more do you need to full second pair?
More than,
I think
Kind of
more than a
is.
half pot bet.
like
Yeesh.
King.
You know how we
Kings-
said these fucks always call 2/3 pot? Kep is one of those fucks.
I'm gonna
I
look it
think
up.
King. I think
Holy
King 6 of
shit.
diamonds, King 7 of diamonds, stuff with like low suited kings get to fold as well. Just because we don't have bluffs. That's
I
why I
don't think we
really
turn this
like.
hand into a bluff. What size did you say, Ashes? You
I said 58.
Give me ace queen. Give me
However,
ace queen with a spade. I'm calling.
I want to see what
three
queens do. And
combos.
well, maybe not this, but yeah, it's 100% check. Don't turn the pair into a bluff. But
What bluffs do we have?
I mean, look, queen's starting to fold at 58.
Ace queen. Ain't going nowhere.
Off.
I mean, it's
Oh, we
mixing
know.
some
Center
fold
range.
there. We go to 83. Ace queen folding. A lot of queens folding.
Calling with a
That's
spade, though,
straight.
right?
That's a set. Call with a spade, sure.
Yeah.
What hands do we bluff? Oh, that's what I'm wanting to know.
I
We
don't
don't
know that
have
we
10
have
X.
very many bluffs on the 4-liner, 3-liner. These are all flushes.
What does it have in the
There are
sidebar
no
there?
bluffs. These are all straights. They're literally there's no bluffs. 9-7.
Queen
Here's your
X.
bluff.
Queen X is the bluff.
This
Look
is
at-
your bluff right here.
9. So, but 9X I thought would fold too. Like you can see 10-8. It's 10-8 with a spade, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it
that's
is.
like only
I
a
can
couple, only a little bit of it.
All the bars say no made hand, 5% low pair.
Not a lot of bluffs. I mean, we don't have a lot of value either.
I thought we had more value, that's why.
Well, third pair and low pair kind of a lot-ish, I guess. And no made hand.
I mean, it's pretty slim. I don't think we need to be looking for islands as an excuse to make,
Yeah.
a more wild play.
That's fair. I don't know. I don't like checking. I don't like check folding. When I have no
I
check.
mean, and that's definitely going to be a little bit of a difference between me and a guy like sixes, where, I wouldn't say I'm nitty. However, when he sees sometimes when sixes sees a sliver, he's like, "We're in there," like we're in there. It's good. It's equally whatever.
I'm with it. People are worth
I
some
don't know, man.
solvers.
That's a slivery sliver right there. A slivery sliver on a slippery slope. Say that 10 times fast. So yeah. Yeah, I just like again, like I like to play post flop against players. I'm better there than most players that I play against. And I don't like putting a lot of chips at risk. I mean, don't get me wrong, I got triple barrel bluffs, I got check raise bluffs, I got overbet bluffs. Don't think y'all can start just fucking with me on the global streets, but at the same time,
I don't
like, I'm not
know.
trying to get it in.
I
on some
I
of
don't
these
know
spots,
if you
With so
also
much
think
messed
this
up
way
ones.
too, but I don't. I think especially on global, people don't defend or check turn range in position well enough. So I do think we can overbluff slightly. I'm not defending that 10-8. That 10-8, I
I mean,
do agree it's too
yeah,
loose.
I don't disagree with that, but I also think on some level you don't have to.
I see.
Like they're gonna fucking punt to you in other ways that are just easy.
Yeah, and if they're not going to bluff
I'm
enough,
just gonna wait for them to fucking punt off some crazy shit somewhere and just take an easier spot. Then in that spot where it's 4-liner straight, I know you weren't just fine, but like on a board similar, right? On a 4-liner straight, 3-liner flush board, all over cards, like I'm just not finding any fucking bluffs there. I'll find the better
I see.
one when they punt off somewhere else.
And
I see.
also, like you're 100% correct. I agree. I believe so. Anyhow, that they don't bluff enough, so that's like even more reason for me not to want to turn like a marginal made hand into
Yeah,
a
a
bluff,
hand
'cause
like
they're going to
that.
let me show it down.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're going to win it enough just by showing it down. They're not going to bluff me off it, so I'm doing great.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I thought we were toast against that sizing, but if we have a showdown, you're right.
I'm over basketball. I am. Justin just asked me if I can run a bunch of multi-way spots for him, but my simple 3-way is subscription is expired, and now they're telling me that they can't use the payment on the site to renew. I have to use some sort of crypto, and I don't use crypto. And so then I'm trying to use Skrill, but I haven't logged into Skrill in like 5 years.
Yeah, simple poker is making me nervous. They've stopped taking credit card. charges. Maybe it's because they're Russian and they're having issues finding a provider.
Yeah, that's what it talks about. I've been talking with
Yeah.
Vitali.
It could be that, and then plus there's fees. They might not be making, like, they might be trying to squeeze out a little of that extra 2% profit. Cause there's so much
Yeah.
competition as well. Where are they at?
Yeah, but I don't know if they're gonna do that, eliminating payment options.
Yeah, I know, right? It's, then if you do, then if you don't sometimes. Let's
Yeah, it's
see.
really weird they stopped taking payments.
They're sending me two authentication, two off somewhere, but I don't know where they're sending it. I
I haven't had an update since July.
Another reason why I have money on school is I one time had a student who was from Taiwan, I believe, or Singapore, one of those two places, when I first started coaching for business, and he joined the team and then hit for like 15K the first week, and he could only pay me in Skrill, and so he paid me my percentage in Skrill, and it's just been sitting there because I haven't been able to get it off, and I don't use fucking Skrill for anything. I was like, oh, well, now I can use it for simple three-way, but I can't log into my own fucking account.
These guys are Polish though, right?
I think they're
The
Russian.
simple three-way guys?
Russian.
Russian. Vitali some shit. Oh, I don't have his last name here. This is Vitali. They're Russian. Vitali S. That sucks. I guess I'm gonna have to buy Munker instead. Damn it.
Man, I wanted to dip in the market. I keep looking at them like, man, I have to learn how to use this, that, and it looks like a funky, like, interface. I'm nervous.
Isn't it considered one of the most complex of the solvers?
Yeah, it is.
Well, what do you mean by that?
It's
They all-
I've never used it, so I can't speak to it. I've just heard that there's a very steep learning curve. It's the most steep learning curve of any of the
Oh, to learn
solvers.
how to use it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it because it looks a little complicated to me. It doesn't look as intuitive, I should say, as these other ones. I like intuitive because I don't feel like reading directions and looking at videos and shit to learn how to do something. I like just to play with it and learn.
Yeah, I think it's got a pretty steep learning curve. I mean, you could download it and play with it.
You talking about Munker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, super complicated. It's just like when you look at Pile for the first time. It took me fucking years to get used to Pile.
I'm too dumb to put the stuff in myself.
I
I
have
stick what they give me.
I had the free version of the Bucker for a little bit. It's what I mean. It just looked like I don't even know what I was looking at, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I know I downloaded like the preview version and didn't ever fuck with it, but you know, I got cool friends that use it. Justin uses it. Just ask Justin for how the fuck to use it. But all right, guys, I think we got to wrap it up here. We're starting to wander, and we did a lot today. This was a tough spot. We did pretty good. 2 inaccuracies, 1 wrong move, no blunders. Not too bad. I know we did a bunch of hands that kept getting reset, but still, tough spots. Super tough.
So
And as you can see, like I was getting a bunch of them wrong. So super hard.
Thanks for the time,
questions?
Phil. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Six will be back next week. And study stream this weekend too. It'll just be me, but we're doing that and then he'll be back right after that. So things will get back to normal. Sure.
So you studied the big boys. Did they ever get into the toy games?
No.
Really?
I don't give a
Alright.
fuck.
I was hoping that maybe Justin or someone would do like a. It's not like
I had a
I mean, has Justin fucked with some of the toy game stuff before? Yes.
Do what?
Has he fucked with some of the toy game stuff before? Yes. Is that something that he actively like super studied and went down the rabbit hole in? No.
Is a toy game when you just do solver versus solver across a very large sample size?
No. It's range versus range. It's usually very small, condensed range, and it makes you think about. You can incorporate it into, you can extrapolate a toy game into your everyday game. And it's pretty interesting. It's a different way to think about your ranges. I'm trying to get it down. And I've been going back and forth with it. That's why I was hoping someone would in Poker Coach would do some courses on it. So I could have it to review over and over again because I'm a slow learner. But what I've learned with it so far, I really, really like a lot. It makes me think a lot differently about spots. It helps you think about how to choose the correct bet sizes in spots is where I find it useful.
All right.
Yeah, I got some.
I had a real
questions.
quick question for you, Toe.
So tour games are
does-
simplified versions of poker
Oh.
that we can use to understand game theory on a deeper level. Poker's a complicated game. It's impossible to calculate detailed strategies on the fly, but reducing it to a toy game, you can solve it by hand and learn fundamental incentives of ultimate poker. This article is an example. I'll speak it for you guys. There we go. But basically, it's in some ways, it's like those little nuanced stuff that I always talk about, right? Like straight boards and flush completing boards, the overbets come out for the most part, right? Like we don't have small bets in position on the river, no shit like that. So those are all things you pick up from the simplified strategies that it could extrapolate, right? But there's the article if you guys want to check it out.
There was a question
pretty
yesterday on the Discord that I was also interested in.
Sure.
Someone asked about live poker tournaments, specifically the rake, because JL, specifically in his Big Dog Bible says
Yeah, I
don't
don't
play
know the
anything
answer to that,
above
man.
13.
Don't play anything about 15%, right? 13% is like the best or something, and there's a bunch of local games that were something like 15%, right?
Yeah. What's the
Um,
highest that you're willing to play?
Well, fuck. I mean, I only play live during the series, so whatever that is.
I see. Okay, okay.
I can answer this for you to some extent. Since he wrote that, the poker rooms started adding tips into the buy-in directly because people weren't tipping dealers. So if you're like, you got to, I'm not sure how to look at it. Like you should remove the tip from the rate because it's not really rate. I don't know if you consider it rake or not. I don't know if it's part of doing business or if it's rake or what. Like if you want to consider it rake, then yeah, rake's gone up a lot, but it's really going up because of the tips that are now.
I'll consider it rake. Why not? Sure.
Because I
So-
look, I remove the tips and most of the tournaments I'm playing are between like 9 and 11% rake. And then you add the tip and it can go up to 13, 15, 16%. Because the higher the buy-in, the bigger the tip is. And it blows it up.
Yeah. So like, what's the highest you're willing to play now, Cal? Just out of curiosity.
Well, I don't really play dailies and all the multi-day events that I play. I checked it. I saw the post and I'm playing like it's around 13, 14. It depends on the buy-in. Like I did look at the $2,200 buy-in. That rate might have been 16, 17%. I really don't know. But I think, I mean, my ROI is really good at live, so I'm still making plenty of money.
That's great. Yeah, I'm just starting to get into live poker, so like the difference in rake is something that I've definitely noticed. So I don't want
I
to.
think part of it too is like just as a general thing is like staying away from the local dailies.
Oh
You
yeah,
know, the bar league stuff, like all that crap is terrible.
Yeah,
Payouts
their
are
structures
terrible. The structures suck. Like the rake is high. All that shit's terrible. But if you're playing like you're sticking to like the MSBTs, you know, the WSOP side circuit event stops, the major series that everyone knows and loves, then you'll be pretty good, right?
all
And
right.
even if your local casino runs good multi-day events once a month or every 3
Sure.
months, they run a good series, they're good, right? Like,
Yeah.
they're generally going to be pretty good.
Yeah, because
Playing
I know
playing the
you
dailies
might.
is bullshit. Like don't
I
get
know
me
you.
wrong, I'm not
Sorry.
shitting on Jeremy Becker, right? Like Jeremy Becker wins a lot, right? Cool. He's a decent live player. Cool. But if you look, it's like Jeremy Becker won this 45-man field, you know, and brought home 3K or whatever. You know, like
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
40-man, 5-man field. He's the best guy in there. Cool. I'm not shitting on that, but it's a 45-man, he's a sit and go player, basically. And you can make a living that way, but it's hard, especially outside of this city. Vegas, where there's
I'm
Yeah,
actually,
I mean he's crushed the local dailies here or there in Vegas. But then when the series came, he got destroyed. Because
Yeah, I don't know
mean,
how
he just-
familiar you are with Horseshoe in Baltimore, but I know you're in Philadelphia, so it's like a few hours away.
Yeah, 2 hours. I haven't been down. I don't go down there though, because I don't want to pay for hotels.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'm in
But-
Baltimore, so I'm playing at the Horse.
So they're having the Philly live. They're having the state versus state battle. $500,000 guarantee, I think, next month. So you'll play, Maryland plays, Philly plays, and then top 12.5% are in the money, but top 5% this year, if you win, if you finish in the top 5%, you have to come to Philly. Last year, Philly had to go to Maryland's for the 2 state championship. It's pretty fun. And
It
it's a
is.
good event.
I think Uber's probably going to cost me a little too much because it costs like three
Well-
times as much for me to go to Maryland live than it does to Baltimore Horseshoe.
Oh, you mean distance wise?
Well, I mean, I'm in grad school and I don't have a car, so I'm talking about Uber prices specifically.
Right. I'm actually playing my first daily of the year tomorrow because I just want to park started running the tournaments again. I got friends bugging me to play. So I'm like, whatever. I'll go play one. It's actually pretty good for a daily, but it'll be like
Funny enough,
Yeah, I mean, if you're making an exception because you have like this scenario, that's fine. But like, fucking, as a standard, as a way to try and make money, it's pretty tough.
I sold
I mean, the
60.
truth is, you're gonna go play a 5-man field with like, it's gonna cost you 100 or 200 bucks to play. There's gonna be like 1,500 bucks up top, and they're gonna chop 6 ways, right? Like that's fucking hell. Like
This
fucking
one,
hell.
this one averages like 9K up top. There's 100 and some people with $340 buy. It's halfway decent. It's not like
Okay.
awful.
Okay.
And I sold
so
most.
just as a standard, would you just say play any tournament series and just ignore
Yeah,
the
any of
dailies?
the major series, any of the bigger series are fine.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, it's hard to make. It's gonna be a struggle to try to make money playing dailies, honestly. There's shit.
Especially outside of Vegas.
Yeah, they're turbo. So it's
Even
not-
in Vegas, they're bad.
Sure. I mean, I don't play anything with 20-minute levels. That shit's crazy. It's like 5 hands a fucking orbit, or 5 hands a level.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Anything else? Well, you got me.
Thank you.
Oh, man. Cool. I'll see you in the Discord streets. Talk to you later.
Thank
Later.
you.
Thanks.
Good day.